everyone, I'm the Shrouded Wolf, and it's a double welcome back. A welcome back for you, and a welcome back for me. And it's gone, yes, the sickness is gone. I feel good.
Either that, or I'm still drunk. Food for thought. Food for thought.
But I know what you're thinking.
I've been thinking it myself.
The Shrouded Wolf, what do you do for fun when you're ill?
Well...
Still warm.
So romantic by the fire.
But I've got some good news, and I've got some great news, and I've got some bad news. The great news! The Icebreaker's back! Oh yes, no one's wanted it more than I.
But the bad news is, guess who still does not have the Icebreaker after weeks of trying? Not even a Christmas present. I still don't have it. This is wrong. But to be expected. You should see what I get for scores at the end of Crucible. So wrong. But anyway, let's talk about something I don't have.
The Icebreaker 2.0. Year 3 or Year 2. Nah, Year 3, 2.0. Anyway, the Icebreaker, solar-powered exotic, has a recharge rate for every bullet of 8 seconds, magazine of 6 bullets, which means that's a grand total of 48 seconds in order to redo a full magazine. Most interesting. Although I would have thought that they would have dropped it down by a second, to 7. Can't use that in the Vault of Glass anymore. What a shame. So fun. In addition to that, it also has 2 uselessly bad camos. One's just a regular camouflage, and one's kind of like a plain white. Like they forgot to add a camo. It actually looks better. Nice vanilla. Looks brilliant. Do you know what would have been nice? In addition to it is like having like the camos being something which kind of glowed, emitted like this fiery solar presence, and then another one which kind of has like a here you go, kind of like the what's it called? The damn it, I can't remember the shotgun's name. Kind of like a cracked inferno type thing, or even they could have even made it so it was kind of lightsabery. Yeah, but this is Bungie we're talking about, JB. It's like they weren't going to do any of that. They just slapped on a camo. It hurts. Icebreaker. Still brilliant though. I was watching one of my friends on SharePlay play thing, and I missed the explosions which come from an icebreaker. It's that sound, that awesome. I really need to get it, soon. Now, if it was on PC, I'd have it, but that's not because I'd hack it. Wouldn't be that, because I'm a good boy. Do you know, there's another thing which they should have done? They should have switched it up. They should have done it where the icebreaker was capable of being switched in between elements, so it can do a solar attack, which it normally does anyway. That's not new. But then you can switch it to void and arc, but it acts exactly the same, right? And that immediately brings me to the Thunderlord, which I actually got these ones. Actually, before I continue, right, just watch this, right? What you just saw, for the last 2-3 minutes, was me running around with a shotgun and a golden gun without dying. And look what I score at the end, and look what I get every single good game. Never do I get anything good. Okay, run over. The Thunderlord, right? They have 2 different versions of it. So it actually takes up 2 additional spaces in both your vault and on your character. What they should have done is just change the Thunderlord, make it Thunderlord 2.0, and that it's got an arc thing which it naturally does, and then you can just switch it in the tab to solar and switch it into void. That would have made it so much easier and so much more useful. But now I've got these 3 which are sat in my on my character, eating up space, meaning that I can't put on my super mega awesome fusion rifle, which for some reason, even though it's in the heavy slot and it is a fusion rifle, I can't get additional fusion rifle ammo. It's so annoying, particularly when I've got the fusion rifle ammo perk. Anyway, I'm digressing. They should have done that. Better camos, better thing. Other than that, the Icebreaker handles amazingly, from what I've seen.
And in addition to that, what you're watching at the moment is possibly my favourite strike, which I did. I don't know why I've played the strike many times, but on this particular occasion, oh, it was fun. And yes, I am playing with two noobs. They die so often. It is wrong, but it is very fun. I don't know what it is about it. I think it's the point system which is now in there. I think it makes strikes so much more fun with all the numbers popping up. Oh. Plus, on this particular occasion, I do think that arc damage was on there, and as the noobs were, they had no arc weapons. And I forgot how much, because normally I use my hunter, as you probably have possibly noticed in the majority of my videos, that I tend to use the gunslinger a lot, particularly in Crucible. But this is probably one of the first times where I've actually used the Stormcaller in probably about a year, and I'd forgotten how good it was. And that reminds me, actually, about supers. I found, or at least I feel, that the hunter really does need a bit of a boost. Either their supers should charge a little faster than the warlocks and the titans, or they should have an extension. For example, the golden gun. If I'm lucky, I can get 3 kills, right? If I go and deliberately put on a helmet, I can get 4 with luck, because normally if you're wiping out 4 people on such a map, you gotta be lucky that they're in a nice group. But you can't really get more than that. Not, consistently. Whereas with the Stormcaller, when I was going through on Crucible with it, 6, easy. And do you know what? If I hit the Stormcaller when they're spawning in at the right time, I've had 10. Oh yes. And then you've got the Titan. I understand why the Titan should have an overpowered one, but I feel that the hammers are a bit too much, because even when I'm going through on the Titan with the hammer, I can get quite far more than just 3. I can get easily 5. And if I'm lucky, as I said, I can go even higher, maybe around the 8 times. And it's even easier because you can run through and regenerate your health. I really do think that they should boost it, particularly for the hunter anyway. And especially for the Blade Dancer. I feel that the Blade Dancer should be given a generous boost. The Shadow Shot, though, see, Hunters is my favourite, that's why I'm going to spend the most amount of time on it. The Shadow Shot should either be faster, or you should have a point of invulnerability when you're firing it. And I don't know if anybody else has noticed this, but I feel that the Black Hole really doesn't make it last very long. Not as it used to in the Taken King, but I haven't seen anything in the updates to actually suggest that it's actually been limited. So I don't know, but I'm fairly certain it's not lasting that long. But there is a way around it. I think this is what they did. If you get a kill while the Black Hole's on, right, it'll last longer. And then if you get another one, it'll last longer. I'll get another one, it'll last longer. Get another one, it'll last longer, right? So, in Crucible, if you're doing that, don't try and spread the damage, and don't put on the one which shares health to everyone, because really, it doesn't really do it. Stick on Black Hole, kill one guy, and so forth like that. But if you're in a team, use all of your supers all at once. For example, someone hits them with a void, and then the wizard, I say wizard, look at that. Warlock goes in and wipes them out. Oh, here he comes, he's gonna get it. Oh, and that reminds me of another thing. Grenades! And throwing knife, admittedly. Throwing knife needs a boost. If I'm gonna get a headshot from like a mile away, that should kill you. I'm throwing a knife at your face, and you're wearing a plastic helmet. But grenades, right? The lightning one, which sparks out, that lasts way too long. And the trip mine should stick, right? But do the same amount of damage. It should still stick. Oh, you're going to love this. I like to call this clip Love Machine. Oh, yeah, that's it. This is why I bought Battlefield 1. It's gratuitous. Pumping the Germans into submission. Well, where do you think those little baby tanks come from? Well, was it good for you? Wow, that was an explosive. And orgasmic. So true, so true. So, Mike, what do you think about it? Seriously. You didn't like it? Oh, okay.